If you ain't do shit, you hit, run. I will not get bagged on them, run. If you selling drugs in the school zone, run. If you getting chased with no shoes on, run. Cops got guns, run. Move quick, let's get out of this bitch. The cops just made the first kick. It's time to dip, ready them zips. Toss them in the sink, let the faucet run. And tell them fucking T's have fun. Youngin' out the window with the guns. He know the rules, hop over benches. Get the fuck out the entrance. He don't want the sentence. He was gone before I finished the sentence. These young boys relentless.
Yo, what up, y'all? You already know who it is. I told you we was gonna be back at the 9 p.m. hour Eastern Standard Time. And we got a special guest in the building. Hopefully we get to see her soon. Hello, special guest.
Hello.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm great.
That's good. That's good.
So you want to tell the people who you are?
Well, my name is Jadzia Victoria. I am a singer, an entrepreneur, and many things above. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And if you don't know, I am Prophet Pete from Prophet Radio. So, hey, it's a pleasure to meet you. And I know the fans can't wait to hear what you got going on and what you got to say.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, so you on the West Coast, if I'm not mistaken, aren't you?
I am. I'm in Los Angeles. Yeah, all in Cali.
Oh, boy, Cali. Cali's kind of far from New York.
Hi. I know. I've actually never been to New York before. I really want to go.
Welcome to New York. This is what it looked like. Well, it's a pleasure having you here. So the way we were able to connect is because you was on Yo-Yo's WCW event.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you want to tell the people, how did you get connected with that particular situation and what was your experience like?
Actually, basically what happened was my cousin was telling me, because she follows Yo-Yo, and I do now, of course, but my cousin was telling me about how she was having these West Coast Wednesday competitions, and she was telling me about how I should sign up for it. And I was like, okay, at first I was like, I'm not quite sure. I don't really like competitions. I did a lot of competitions, music competitions and singing competitions when I was younger. And I kind of just don't like the whole feel of that whole thing. I don't know, it's not my type of experience, but she told me about it. I was like, okay, sure. They told me to submit information. I did. And I was picked to go and compete with 4 other very talented individuals. And then when it came down to it, it was so crazy. Everything kind of happened wrong. So it was like, it's really crazy. When we're trying to we're supposed to like let her know that we're on the video. So when I was letting her know, like, hey, I'm on, video, she couldn't see me. So I was just like, oh my God, I'm here. All my family and friends are just shouting out like, she's here. And I'm like, man, I'm about to be over this. I'm not about to be sitting up here. I'm done. But then, they were like, okay, she's here. So she finally, saw it when I was on, like my connection was messing up. So Wi-Fi was going crazy. And I was like, I'm just done. And it keeps cutting in and out. I was like, I'm going to try it one more time. And I did. And then I got in and, everything was falling apart. The phone's dropping, but she was able to hear me. And I still won. So it was a crazy experience. So, but I'm excited about it. I'm happy.
When the situation is for you, it is for you. There's nothing that can happen in the moment that is going to stop what is supposed to be yours.
Exactly.
And the only way it would have went different is if you would have gave up.
I agree. I definitely agree. I think it would have 100%.
So how long have you been an artist?
I've been singing since I was 2. So I'm 25. And so that's been about 23 years. Yeah, I've been singing for a long time. I've done a lot of competitions. Like I said, sang for a lot of great people. I started professionally singing when I was 5. I did a show called American Juniors when I was 7. It was like the junior version of American Idol. that kind of catapulted my career into like acting, and done a lot of acting work. I've sang for a lot of amazing people. Actually, the crazy thing is, what I usually say is like a fun fact. Well, it's not really a fun fact, but when I was about 14 years old, I was supposed to sing with Michael Jackson, but the day I was supposed to meet him, he died.
Wow.
So it was really, really unfortunate. It was kind of crazy how all that went down, but I've sang for a lot of really great people and had a very long career in this. And I kind of just wanted to be normal when I went to high school, and I kind of stopped everything. I do regret that, but I'm still, I'm still pushing, so it's still good.
That's great. So you sent us a new single. Well, it would be your new single, right?
Yes.
Right. And I wanted you to introduce it for the people so that they can actually hear what you got going on, because if they haven't heard your music before,
Yeah.
tuned in, today will be the day that they are going to hear that amazing voice of yours. So, would you mind introducing this track, introducing yourself and introducing this track for them?
Of course. Okay. So I'm Jadzia Victoria, and my new single out is, I'm trying to see which one I have, but it's called The Last, and it's actually an EP, but check it out. So yeah.
You sent me his purpose.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So here we go, y'all. Y'all ready?
There's a purpose, yeah, to life, yeah, always a reason, yeah, to fight, yeah, through the morning, yeah, through the night, yeah, in the moment, yeah, I'm alive, yeah, when I walk into a room, I know that all the eyes on me, got the world up on my shoulders, and I make it look like wings. I make broken look so pretty. I'm so tragically complete. And now some say work in progress, but I know a masterpiece. I'm on the way. I know a brighter day. I'm on the way, and it was worth it. Yeah, I got a purpose. Yeah, had a plan. Yeah, didn't work. Yeah, had a man. Yeah, got hurt. Yeah, and my struggles. Yeah, all the pain. Yeah, I know I'll make it. Yeah, through the rain. Yeah, you know I've been through the fire, 'cause I light up where I go. I don't have no shining armor, I just got a couple holes. But they say no one is flawless, I'm just flawless, and you know I'm not claiming to be perfect, I just know what I've been told. I'm on the way. I know a brighter day. I'm on the way, and it was worth it. Yeah, I got a purpose. Yeah, got one love, one life for me. Yeah, got one love, one life. Got one love, one life. And it was worth it. Yeah, I got a purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, so whoa,
Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate
whoa. You laid that one down.
Thank you.
You
Yeah.
definitely laid it down. And you definitely can tell you have a seasoned voice.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you.
So let's talk about that track a little bit.
Okay.
Let me know what was the influence behind that track.
Whew. Okay. So honestly, I think majority of my life I've dealt with a lot of like insecurity issues and like not feeling like I'm good enough and like a lack of confidence. And when I was writing the song, I was kind of going through a transition in my life of like, you know, I I'm starting to build a lot more confidence, in myself and like understanding myself and like people's perceptions of me is not really reality, and all that really matters is kind of like, you know, how I feel about myself or like I think that's more so of like what my intention was in writing that song. It was kind of like, you know what, I'm dope. Like, you know what, this is me in my bubble, and it doesn't matter what anybody else says or how they feel about me. Like, this is who I am, and I want everybody else to feel that way. Like, that's kind of like my goal in like music and life in general. I want to inspire people to really feel confident within themselves and kind of have more of like a I don't know, like a true self-awareness about themselves, like outside of, whatever social media says or whatever people say about them. So I think that's kind of like my intentions on writing that song.
All self-love. Self-love is important.
Very,
Self-love and self-understanding.
very, very important. I agree. I definitely think that is something that's lacking right now. There's a lot of people don't really I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of comparison. Like a lot of people are comparing themselves to other people, and social media is just someone's highlight reel, and it's not really reality. And I think I really want to, bring people back to reality. Like, we're not perfect, and it's okay that you're not perfect. It's okay that we're flawed. Still, that's what makes us, unique. That's what makes us beautiful. And I think that's what I really want to do. In life in general.
Yeah, and we're not perfect. I'm perfectly imperfect. That's
Exactly. And that's what I said in my song too. Exactly. Yeah. And that's beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. You gotta love you for you, and the people that are really for you and care about you and love you will be there regardless of what.
Exactly.
So now, how do you prepare yourself as an artist to get into that creative mode to put your music together before you even go into the booth?
So weird. So I have to be like in darkness. Like I have to turn off all the lights. I have to be in complete darkness because I get distracted really easily. So and I have to like turn my phone off, and I really have to like sit there and like put my earphones on and just like listen to beats or different music and things of that sort, and just trying to put myself in a mood of like really I don't know. I go with the flow. So if I'm in a happy mood, then I have to write based off my mood. But I definitely feel like I write better songs when I'm in darkness. I think that's and when things aren't really crazy. Like a lot of people get inspired when they're going through a lot. I'm the complete opposite. Like when I'm going through a lot, I'm just like, no, I'm depressed. I need to just be in this one spot. I can't even be creative. So it's kind of like I got to get through it first and then talk about what I went through. So I'm more so like that type of person, that creative.
Now, having a lot going on at a certain time, do you ever listen to your own music to like get you focused and get you out of that place that you're in?
I definitely do. I definitely do. I think my music is, to me, it's inspirational to myself. So I mean, it just makes me feel a lot better. Like sometimes, like I try not to listen to other people's music. Nothing against anybody else's music, but I think if someone listens to something enough, they start to kind of pick up on that, and then they start to kind of not necessarily take their style, but it kind of just leads into their music. So I try to like avoid listening to a lot of people's music outside of myself, not in like a vain way, but just more so of how I can, really define and like hone in and shape my own style creatively. And I think I just write better music that way when I don't listen to it, because I think it's so easy to, copy certain people. So I try to not do that. But yeah, I definitely listen to my own music to inspire myself.
Yeah, look at that. And you know, it makes a whole lot of sense
Yeah,
because if you start to listen to certain things or you start vibing with a song, it kind of, finds its way into what you're creating. It could even just be the tempo or whatever, some type of shift in what you're doing. And if you want to remain true to what you're doing, then best way to keep it that way is listen to yourself.
exactly. But I mean, I do listen to like what I really, really, really love. I listen to gospel music probably a lot. So I think it's really inspirational. I get a lot of inspiration from, the gospel world. I grew up in the church, so it really has inspired me majority, like all of my life. So I really, really love soulful gospel music. So that's what I do listen to.
Okay, so throughout your singing career, who have been some of your biggest inspirations?
I have to say Whitney Houston, hands down. She is so inspirational to me. I've been listening to her since I was a baby. My parents played her nonstop. Michael Jackson, um, definitely Yolanda Adams. Um, I love Jasmine Sullivan. I think really like, Mariah Carey. But yeah, so like the real like artists and performers, I think those people really have like inspired me and shaped my voice in general. I think just like growing up singing their songs, and I think those are the artists that really inspired me.
Now, with your style and you being an artist, if you can create your own genre title, what would it be that would reflect your music?
It's crazy because I made up one a long time ago and I forget a lot of stuff, so I don't even remember it. But I'm gonna try to remember it. But it was like I'm trying to think of something, but it was like pop, soul. I don't know, gospel, pop. I don't know. I think that'll probably be something like that because I like the soulful sound of gospel, but then I really like pop music too. I'm very weird. I don't know. I'm all over the place. I think because I grew up in a musical environment, so I kind of adapted to a lot of different styles of music. So it's kind of and I can sing pretty much every style. So for me, it's kind of like, but I would probably say like gospel, pop, soul.
Gospel pop soul.
Yeah,
That'll work.
exactly. It's something.
It's something. Hey, look, this is what you created. So you created it, it will work. That's it.
Yeah.
Create the category and make them follow it. That's it.
Exactly. That's exactly what I want to do, and then shape the music around it.
That's it. Hey, I think that'll work. So do you have any other projects that you're working on currently?
Yes, I am. I do not have a title for it, but I am working on a couple of projects, more so specifically for um, Black women. I think that's what I'm kind of inspired by right now. I feel like there's like a lot of stuff going on in our community, and a lot going on, in the Black female community and Black women community. So I definitely am preparing an EP that is going to focus on like the struggles and like overcoming them, I guess, as a Black woman. So I think that's where I really want to focus my next project on right now.
Now, if you was to write a song that could overcome one of those main issues, what would that issue be?
That was to overcome. Oh my gosh, that's just so difficult with me. I think I have a lot of passions. Like I think I just want to help people that are oppressed in general. Like it just anyone. So it's kind of dang. That is a really good question. Hmm.
And remember that one song that you put out is basically gonna solve that problem instantly.
So, oh my gosh. You know, it would probably be something like I think I'm trying to put this in a good word. I know what it is, but I'm trying to put it in a word, and I really can't think of a word for it. But I'll just describe it. I'll say a word and I'm gonna describe it. But basically, I think selfishness. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it's more so. I feel like if we all kind of like had more of an empathetic type of, not even, I'm just not talking about the Black community. I'm talking about everybody in the whole entire world. Had more of like a empathetic type of spirit. I think a lot of stuff would be things will be a lot better. I think we don't really everybody's kind of self-seeking, like even deep down inside, like if we do care about other people at the end of the day, you know, and it's not a bad thing, but you know, we're gonna look out for ourselves first. And I do think that if everybody kind of looked out for everybody, I think that a lot of problems will be solved. I think the poverty would be solved. I think racism would be solved. You know, all that stuff would be kind of fixed if we had more of a like less competitive type of attitude and more of a like, you know what, when you're good, I'm good type of spirit. I think that will solve every problem that we have right now, honestly.
And you know, when you really think about it, that's like one of the biggest causes of a lot of the issues that we have today. It just the me, I. What am I getting out of it? Survival of the fit. There's so many different ways to describe it. Survival of the fittest, and all these things. Crabs in a barrel mentality. If
Exactly.
you're trying to get out, I don't want you to get out because what about me? And you know, it's just so many different things. And hey, hopefully from your lips to God's ears, and when you make that song, because now I'm gonna be looking for that song,
I
right?
definitely, yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Now we need the song, and then we're gonna put it out there, and then we're gonna solve some world issues.
It's my goal. That is literally my goal in life. I want my life to be a testimony. So that's kind of like how I try to live my life. Yeah.
So what other titles of music have you put out over the years that people that are listening can find a way to find them and tune into some of your earlier work?
I do have an album out called Pretty. And I made it probably about a couple of years ago. And I do have a few other singles, but it's under my name, Jadzia. So you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud. I have a lot of singles out, but I know that's one of the biggest projects that I released was my album called Pretty.
Mm,
Yes.
album called Pretty. So what kind of tracks do you have on there? You know, you're not gonna get away with just saying, "Hey, the project name is Pretty."
Exactly. Well, I think I have a lot of. I think it's more so like a popish type of sound because I was still experimenting my sound back then. You know, I really didn't. I wasn't really shaped into who I am now, and like I think I have a lot more depth to me back then. I'm back now than I did back then. So the music was really kind of poppy and like young and just a little happy and like more of like a type of cocky feel. And I think I'm more of like a deep person now. I was a lot younger back then. Well, my mindset was a lot younger. It was only a couple years ago, but still, like I feel like I was so young back then because I feel like I haven't really experienced life during that time. So I really didn't. I made music that kind of felt good at that time. So I think that's more so like if you want like a real upbeat, happy, positive type of poppy song and poppy album, that'll probably be that.
That'll be it. So you say over time with you maturing as an individual, so did your music.
Yes, exactly. And I think I'm still growing, and it's still going to be shaped. Like it's still going to change, over the years, just more so as I, find myself, as I grow older. So I think that, yeah, I'm going to keep changing.
And I think that changing for the better is always great, but change in any which way you go is always great. I believe that remaining the same is a hindrance that you place on yourself.
Yeah, whatever's not growing is dead. So
yeah, I always say complacency is death on earth. Like when people are complacent, it's just, oh yeah, I'm just dealing with what I'm dealing with, and it is what it is. And
exactly.
like, what are you doing? I need to see things change for me all the time. So for me, it's very, very different.
Oh man, I'm complete opposite. I hate change, but
Do you?
I really do. It's crazy. I accept it and I embrace it now, but I really don't like change. And I think it's because I get so used to like constant, and it's kind of like, I don't know. I have like separation issues, or I think I need to work through those issues, because everything, like you said, is going to change. So I just kind of.
Well, let me rephrase that. I don't deal well with actual like change that I don't control. Like when things just like, I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, but I like to see when I'm working on things and, working on something, especially business and some of the things that I do in life, that I like to see progression in those things. But boy, let something happen unexpected. I'm like, oh, what the hell?
What do I do to fix this? I need to get it back.
I'm like, this ain't working out. We can't just go back to what it was yesterday. But it is what it is. So I want to double check with you. Is there a track that you are on called Your Girl?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. So you want to tell us about that?
Actually, yeah, I was younger when I made that song too. But man, it's funny. Like this was when I first started getting into writing, because for so many years, I was working with a man, hopefully he's watching this, named James. He's like one of the main reasons why I am, how I am today. Thank you, James, for watching this. I really, really appreciate it. You've done so much for me. But he actually co-wrote the song for me. I was probably about 18 when I wrote that song. And I pretty much, he helped me with so much of it. And he was like trying to go through like my life and, trying to figure out what I would talk about, because I was so innocent. I was like 18. I don't know nothing. Like I was just, I was one of those real like sheltered type of kids back in the day. So I really was like, I don't really, but he helped me, so much. And I made a video to it, actually. It was at my grandpa's house. It's just kind of funny where I shot the video. But yeah, it was really, it was a cool song. He gave me the beat and he was like, we're going to make a song to this. And, we're just going to release it and we're going to see what it is. And I was like, okay. I really didn't promote it as much as, I do now. But I mean, I wish we kind of put a little more backing into it. But I really didn't know back then.
And you live and you learn. So here we go. We're going to get into this. You want to introduce it for the people?
Okay, yeah. Okay. So I want y'all to listen to my old song, Your Girl.
Here we go.
Baby, please just hold me tight and never let go. 'Cause I'm not there all the time, but baby, I know. I don't want to single dime, just wanna be your girl, your girl. Don't have to be the only girl in your life. Just want to matter to you and I'll be alright. Oh, baby, please just hold me tight and never let go. You say you're not there all the time, baby, I know. I don't want to single down, just wanna be your girl, your girl. I'll cater to you in every way, cause you're done with me. I'll never change you day to day, baby, you'll see. And I don't want no diamond ring, just call me your girl, your girl. Don't have to be the only girl in your life. Just want to matter to you and I'll be alright. I wanna be your mama. I know you know right from wrong, like your exes. What we have is our own blessing. Cause I know what we have is true. Cause I'm your girl. Baby, please just hold me tight and never let go. You say you're not there all the time, baby, I don't want to single down, just wanna be your girl, your girl. I'll cater to you in every way, cause you're done with me. I'll love and cherish you day to day, baby, they see. And I don't want no diamond ring, just call me your girl, your girl. Don't have to be the only girl in your life. Just want to matter to you and I'll be alright. I wanna be your
That's so funny. I've not heard that song in so long, and it's crazy with this song. Now I remember, like my memory's jogged again. But I was inspired by my friend at the time. This was like the original side chick song. Like it was literally like I was inspired by my friend who was like the side chick. No, not you and the side chick, but she was the third side chick. So she was okay with it. So that's why, I got the line from, I don't have to be the only girl in your life. I just want to matter to you. Because I remember she told me, like, you know what? I really don't care if I'm the only, one in his life. I just want to be in his life. And I'm like, girl, but now I remember the song, and that's what inspired me to write it. That is so crazy.
Wow. So if you was to, I know that probably took you back, like definitely. And that's the beauty of music. But exactly. When you listen to it instantly, you're taken to a place that you've heard the song, or as you as an artist, what brought you to the place to even create it. Yeah. So if you had a time in life where you say you would have loved to make music, like let's say if it was the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, where do you think that you would have loved to actually take your music and put it out there for the masses if we went back in time?
I said this recently. I would have definitely gone back to the 90s, and I would have loved to make music during that time. I feel like it had a real, it's still like modern. It wasn't too kind of old school. I mean, I grew up on old school music, like 70s and 80s, but it was still it was really soulful. And that's when R&B was really, big. And I think that's probably, where I would have fit a lot better. I mean, we're here for a reason. Like God put me, during this generation for a reason, but I definitely think I would have loved being in the 90s just because of the whole feel, the style. I mean, I just really liked it. I just kind of wish I was born 20 years prior.
And they, I would say the 90s it was a lot more R&B out. There was a lot of groups. It was saturated.
Exactly.
But it was a good saturation, though. It was a real good saturation.
Yeah.
So before we get up out of here, Anything you want to let the people know?
I definitely want people to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, under Jadzia or Jadzia Victoria. So it's J-A-D as in dog, Z as in zebra, I-A. Yeah, definitely just keep pushing, keep following your dreams. I mean, this is me. I do this and I do, entrepreneurship. So, I mean, come talk to me. I like talking.
You don't want to talk about the entrepreneurship real quick?
Actually, yeah, I do. I got like 3 businesses, but I'm really, really big on entrepreneurship as well. I've been in that for a long time. I actually started an entertainment company probably about 4 or 5 years ago. No, not 4 or 5, probably about 3 or 4 years ago. And it started at Compton College, and I started like a music industry club. Branched out. I started it's kind of like a Live Nation for colleges. So we partner with different colleges, and we have like independent artists come and perform at the different colleges. So we partner with like USC, UCLA, Cal State, Long Beach, things of that sort. Then I also started a financial service company, which is doing really great, called One Stop Financial Services. And that's actually growing really, really rapidly. And I do like consulting and business formations and things of that sort. So, I'm just a one-stop shop over here, but.
Yeah, that's actually great. And, and your energy is so positive.
Thank you.
And what you're getting and all the things that you're benefiting from has to do with what you're putting out.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Oh, man.
Yeah, and we need more people like you in the world.
Appreciate that. I mean, I'm trying.
Because if everyone was willing to help each other, we would all be in a better place. And being positive and having faith and just believing in yourself is just a wonderful thing.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. I definitely agree.
So you want to make sure you give that social, spell it out one more time, just in case for the people. I want them to find you.
Exactly. My name is real difficult, but it's Jadzia. So it's J-A-D as in dog, Z as in zebra, I-A. Or you can do I am Jadzia on Instagram, or it's Jadzia Victoria. Victoria spelled Victoria. And you can pretty much find me anywhere. So I'm out right now.
Yeah, definitely on SoundCloud, on YouTube, Instagram, and what's the other one? Facebook.
Yeah, I don't really do Twitter. I need to get on it, but I'm just not. I like to be too busy. I'll be like, I can't do it. I'm just gonna have to. I gotta pass on one of y'all.
Yeah, no Snapchat.
Oh, I do have a Snapchat. I mean, it's more personal, but y'all can follow it though. I'll follow back. But yeah, it's on. It's under Jadzia. Everything's under Jadzia, and I'm probably going to be the only Black Jadzia that you find. It's a Polish name, so if she's not Black, she's not me. Just being
nice. There you go. Yeah, because there was a couple of Polish people up in the search that popped up. So hey, so I want to thank you for blessing WEMS Radio, Profit Radio, and we hope that we can do this again, especially when you release that project. Just let us know. You know how to reach us, and we'll make it happen, and we'll do this all over again.
That sounds great. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I really, really appreciate it. It was really good. Thank you. Thank you.
And we're gonna take the show out with your beautiful song.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Here we go, y'all. And why is it not playing? What's going on? All right, we got this.
There's a purpose, yeah, to life, yeah, always a reason, yeah. look so pretty. I'm so tragically complete. And now some say work in progress, but I know a masterpiece. I'm on the way. I know to brighter days. I'm on the way, and it was worth it. Yeah, I got a purpose. Yeah, had a plan. Yeah, didn't work. Yeah, had a man. Yeah, got hurt. Yeah, and my struggles. Yeah, all the pain. Yeah, I know I'll make it. Yeah, through the rain. Yeah, you know I've been through the fire, 'cause I light up where I go. I don't have no shining armor, I've just got a couple holes. But they say no one is flawless, I'm just flawless, then you know. I'm not claiming to be perfect, I just know what I've been told. I'm on the way. I know a brighter day. I'm on the way, and it was worth it. Yeah, I got a purpose. Yeah, got one love, one life for me. Yeah, got one love, one life. Yeah, got one love, one life. It was worth it. Yeah, I got a purpose. Yeah, yeah.
That's the best way to end the show.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much, and thank you again for being here and blessing us with your beautiful voice.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Have a good night.
You too.
Yeah. So you already know it's your boy, and this is what we do every week. We bring to you dope artists, right? Every genre. It doesn't even matter if you a rock star, if you a pop star, if you got bars, or you're soulful. Now listen to this before we get up out of here. It's your boy Prophet Pete. It's my girl Phoenix. Halfway. You heard?
I don't really get it. We don't even make love. Takes so much to make love. Make it worth the fight. Yelling, we dropped out of heaven, taking me through hell, and here we are again. I submit, you call it quits, so I decide that I'm
Yeah, and we have coming to an end, my people, of Prophet Radio for the week. And until next week, you can catch us on WEMS Radio all the time. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. Make sure you follow us on YouTube if you want to watch some of the old episodes, some of the classic joints that we have up there. Rasby, Cassidy, and so many more. We got Talent the Comedian. We got a lot going on, just to name a few. So thank you for being with us. And make sure you tune in and follow us. And make sure you listen to Diamond Cuts tomorrow. We got DJ Kenny Starr. We got a lot of Rampage coming up all this week. DJ Butter, DJ D Slick. Make sure you do what y'all do. We love y'all. God bless you and good night.